Shalom, it's David Benkof, the Broadway Maven. Join me in celebrating the life and work of Broadway legend Chita Rivera.
You gotta learn how not to see what you see. The slice of hell you call your life is harsh and mean. So why not lie beside me on a movie screen? Why must you see what you've seen? And if you find that you'll land in jail, a little fantasy will not fail. It's just as simple as ABC. Come up here, play with me, play with me. It's good, isn't it grand? Isn't it great? Isn't it swell? Isn't it fun? Isn't it nowadays? There's men everywhere, jazz everywhere, booze everywhere, life everywhere, joy everywhere nowadays. Very nice, Gwenny, very nice. You can like the life you're living. You can live the life you like. You can even marry Harry, but mess around with Ike, and that's good. Isn't it grand? Isn't it great? Isn't it swell? Isn't it fun? Isn't it? But nothing stays. In 50 years or so, it's gonna change, you know. But oh, it's heaven nowadays.
What a legacy, Dick. You're right about that. And you just said it. Chita Rivera was a triple threat, a dancer, singer, actress. She gained fame in some of Broadway's biggest musicals. As a proud Latina, Rivera charted her own path to stardom while paving the way for future Broadway stars.
Anita's gonna get her kicks tonight.
She was the original Anita in the 1957 Broadway hit musical West Side Story. Chita Rivera would become a star, shooting toward a path that would leave a lasting mark on musical theater. Rivera made her Broadway debut in 1950 in Guys and Dolls. Her first Tony nomination came in 1961's Bye Bye Birdie.
And all that jazz.
In 1975, the actress starred as Velma Kelly in Chicago, leading to another nomination. Rivera would appear in 18 Broadway shows and won her first Tony Award in 1984 for The Rink, and a second Tony in 1993 for Kiss of the Spider-Woman.
To stand on a stage and simply show you.
In 2005, Chita Rivera, the dancer's life, opened on Broadway. It was her story about growing up and kicking up her heels. CBS 2's Dana Tyler spoke to Rivera about her new Broadway show.
I'm honoring my family. I'm honoring all the people I've ever worked with, every dancer I've ever danced with.
She was born Dolores Conchita Figueroa del Rivero in Washington, D.C. Rivera was raised by her mother after her Puerto Rican father died when she was 7.
I believe that Dolores is responsible for me having a career. She's the guts. She's the courage.
At age 15, she studied classical dance in New York City during the day and danced in a nightclub at night. She would turn in those ballet slippers for tap shoes and the lights of Broadway. Her final Broadway show was in 2015 in the Kander and Ebb musical, The Visit. She was nominated for another Tony Award.
There's a truth, young love.
But it wasn't just theater. Rivera had a memorable role with Shirley MacLaine in the 1969 movie musical, Sweet Charity.
I'm gonna get up, get out!
What a powerhouse. Rivera was awarded a Lifetime Achievement Tony honor in 2018, and she was a Kennedy Center honoree in 2002, the first Latina honored. Chita Rivera died today in New York City at age 91 after a brief illness. She is survived by her daughter, Lisa Mordente. Dick?
Hey, Chita!
you're at a party, or else you're alone, and then you suddenly dig.
Dig, 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 dig.
You're looking in someone's eyes, you suddenly realize that this could be the start of something.
Like what? The start of what thing?
Could be the start of something big.
Well, 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 do tell.
That's a ball, if only you know it. Yeah, and it's all just waiting for you. You're alive, so come on and show it. I got a lot of living, such a lot of living. Got a lot of living, 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 living too.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Chita Rivera.
I got plenty of nothing and nothing's plenty for me. I got no car, got no mule, got no misery. Folks with plenty, got a lock on the door. Afraid somebody's gonna rob them while they're out making more. What for? I got no lock on the door, that's no way to be. You can steal the rug from the floor, that's okay with me, cause the things that I prize like the stars and the skies are all free. Whee! I got plenty of nothing, and nothing's plenty for me. I got my man, got my song, heaven the whole day long. No use complaining, got my God, got my God, got my God. Plenty of nothing.
Chita, you are legendary. I'll just go ahead and say it. You are
I've been
legendary.
around a long time.
You're legendary.
Chita Rivera has died. A rep for the Broadway icon confirmed the news to E.T. She died on Tuesday following a brief illness. Chita was 91 years old.
What does it feel like to be doing 8 a week? Go!
I've always done 8 a week.
Chita worked on The Great White Way into her 80s. After the decades she spent forging some of musical theater's most beloved parts. She originated the role of Anita in Stephen Sondheim's classic West Side Story, followed by Velma Kelly in 1975. Chita seen here 30 years later, stepping back into Chicago's brunette diva for another killer performance. The 2002 movie adaptation paid tribute by casting Chita as one of Roxy Hart's cellmates.
She's fine, as long as you keep her happy.
But it was off-screen and on the stage where Chita made her legacy.
It's wonderful that it's traveled for 20-some years and it's gotten to this amazing place.
That same year, she was a Kennedy Center honoree.
It's extraordinary. No, it's a very awe-inspiring thing. I think this is the height of it, certainly for a person in the business, and to be honored by the president and the country is quite wonderful.
E.T. ran into Chita multiple times over the years. She became, as a winner of 2 Tonys herself, a staple on the award show's red carpet.
It's the one evening that the industry can congratulate all those people that have worked so hard. And it's exciting, and it gives the young kids something to work for.
If those young kids come up to you and they ask you for advice, what do you tell them?
Be true to yourself, stay in your own lane, don't lie, hang out with the right people, do the work, because it pays off. The work pays off. Nothing comes free.
Many hellos in America. Nobody knows in America. Puerto Rico's in America.
Better than this, there's gotta be something better to do. And when I find me something better to do, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get out, I'm gonna get out and do it. All these jokers, how I hate them, with their groping, grabbing, clutching, clinching, strangling, handling, fumbling, pinching. Bully! If they could see me now, that little gang of mine, I'll eat fancy chow and drinking fancy wine. I like those long bombs to see for a fact the kind of top floor first-rate chums I attract. All I can say is, wow, look at where I am. Tonight I landed, pow, right in a pot of jam. What a setup, holy cow. They'd never believe it if my friends could see me now.
No, I'm no one's wife, but I love my life and all that. I said, all that jazz.
Chita Rivera has been kicking up her heels on Broadway for more than 5 decades, and she's far from finished. The 2-time Tony winner's new musical, Chita Rivera, The Dancer's Life, is her story. She grew up a tomboy who danced on the kitchen table amid a fun-loving Puerto Rican family in Washington, D.C. Her mother thought ballet would calm her down, but it fueled her right into theater history books. And Rivera is eager to say thanks.
I'm honoring my family. I'm honoring all the people I've ever worked with, every dancer I've ever danced with, and I'm honoring my profession. So it's full.
The idea for the show clicked when Rivera received a Kennedy Center honor in 2002. Seeing her life stepped out and sung out before her just blew her away. With the help of her friends, book writer, 4-time Tony winner Terrence McNally, and director and choreographer Graciela Danielle, Rivera's milestones are breathing new life. She shares the ups and downs of working with legends like Leonard Bernstein, Gower Champion, Bob Fosse, and
Jerome Robbins defined me as a dancer. He gave me detail, style, and substance.
Their work, her big break, came in 1957 as Anita in the musical West Side Story, going back to the scene in that Manhattan gym as the Americans, the Jets, fought with the Puerto Ricans, the Sharks. Rivera gives credit for the Sharks' dance moves to choreographer Peter Gennaro. She says it was scary and thrilling.
It was the first time we all had to really think about who we were, who our best friend in the gang was, who we hated. Dancers had to be people, not just bodies that expressed things. So he taught us how to act through dance.
Previews for this show began last month with this Gypsy Run-Through, a performance for Broadway colleagues and gypsies, the dancers and chorus members who are the backbone of Broadway musicals. Fellow gypsies on stage, a few who are less than half Rivera's age, work hard to keep up with this showstopper.
It is mind-blowing to stand there when we do our bit from West Side and to realize this is Anita. There's no one like her. There's no one out here like her.
And that's good.
She comes on stage with unfettered joy, and the audience receives it, and that's, I think, what's so thrilling.
Rivera won her first Tony in 1984 in The Rink with Liza Minnelli.
It's the real thing. This is it. This is what Broadway's about.
And Rivera's flashbacks brought some to tears.
So it's very...
What's amazing about Chita is to watch this woman who we're all sitting there idolizing, and she's standing up there saying, it's not me. These are the people that gave me these gifts. Her selflessness, which she gives to an audience, is so there in everything she does.
Limitless. That's the way you feel when you dance. That nothing can stop that glide. Nothing can stop that jump. Nothing can stop that stomp on the floor. You know, it's just... Dancing is beautiful. You feel as though you're having like the best conversation you could possibly have without words.
And she feels lucky to even try with a new hip and 16 pins in her leg from a car accident in 1986. Winning her second Tony in '93 for Kiss of the Spider Woman, Rivera is in a good place, wearing her heart on her sleeve even about what didn't happen, like losing the role of Anita to Rita Moreno in the film version of West Side Story.
I regret nothing. Absolutely. If I had to choose between getting the movie of West Side, winning the Oscar, or breathing the first breath of air or life into the part of Anita, looking into the face of Leonard Bernstein, looking into the face of Jerome Robbins, looking into the face of Peter Gennaro and all of those fabulous dancers, and creating it, there's no doubt. God is good. Hey, he's been good to me. I say thank you. Just hang around for this one, please.
Chita Rivera, The Dancer's Life, is at the Schoenfeld Theater. Dana Tyler, CBS 2 News, Sunday morning.
When you're young, feeling oh so strong, what can prove you wrong? Love and love alone. When the sun seems forever bright, what can dim its light? Love and love alone. So beware, young love, lost in a kiss. There's a truth, young love, simple as this. Every fond hello ends in goodbye. What seems certain to live will die. So enjoy all the time there is. If you're his, be his. Make each day your own. When tomorrow's come and your heart is stone, what has made it numb? Love and love alone.
and assist you now every single day.
You need never leave me. Are here to stay. Traveling together, day by day. Look inside our brains. I'm thinking that you're sure to find. Les Akanasis. Les Akanasis. Les Akanasis. Always on our mind. Seeker of wisdom and truth. Yet there's that upturn grin and the chin of impetuous youth. I believe in you. I believe in you. I hear the sound of good solid judgment whenever you talk. Yet there's that bold, brave spring of a tiger. I'm a tiger! Oh, I believe in you. I believe in you. And when my faith in my fellow man all but falls apart, I've but to feel your hand grasping mine, and I take heart, I take heart.
West Side Story is really your first major leading role on Broadway. As you think back, what would you say stands out most in your mind about that show?
Oh, there's so many. But actually, it was the excitement of the creation of the show, watching Leonard Bernstein setting down notes that would later be heard and loved by everyone. And watching Jerome Robbins suddenly come up with a masterful step that would later be performed as an integral part of the performance.
A boy like that, kill your brother, forget that boy and find another. One of your own kind, stick to your own kind.
I saw her in West Side Story and just was blown away by her. And I had seen her on television. She did a few appearances with a dancer named Peter Gennaro, who was a kind of a pre-Bob Fosse, very snaky serpentine movement. And the two of them together were just fabulous.
And he's the boy who gets your love and gets your heart. Very smart, Maria, very smart. I like to be in America, okay by me in America. Everything free in America, for a small fee in America. Nothing strange.
And now, and now, before the recording secretary reads the minutes of last week's meeting, I would like to bring up a subject that I'm sure is on everyone's mind tonight.
Generations were at each other's throats. It was very much the story of a struggle between a mother and a daughter. And their relationship together, the give and take between two supremely gifted actresses is wonderful.
Ain't my dinner ready yet? Oh, what heaven, now we're three. And your chief cook and bottle washer, big chief cook and bottle washer, chief cook, bottle washer, and baby maker like me. This is, the story of a mother and a daughter. And Chita says, who's playing the mother? So she always tells the story, which I think is wonderful. But Liza, of course, wanted to do it. The apple doesn't fall very far, very far from the I've some counsel I can give. You need but ask it. I'm so very glad to share this good advice. You've got to learn how not to be where you are. The more you face the reality, the more you scar. So close your eyes and you can be a movie star. Why must you stay where you are? You've got to learn how not to see what you see. The slice of hell you call your life is harsh and mean. So why not lie beside me on a movie screen? Why must you see what you've seen? And if you find that you'll land in jail, a little fantasy will not fail. It's just as simple as ABC. Come on here, play with me, play with me.
You've got to learn how not to do what you've done. The pistol shots can't kill if you unload the gun.
So build a palace where you're the Shah, and we'll embrace in that Shangri-La. If you run away, some matinee from where you are. Yeah. Turn off the lights and turn on your mind, and I can promise you, you will find you will like my plan, my sweetest babe, my leading man.
Entertainment world mourning the loss of an icon.
Chita Rivera, who starred in Broadway shows like West Side Story in Chicago, has died at the age of 91.
Fox 5's Chris Welch joins us now to look back at her incredible life and legacy. Chris.
Yeah, Stephen and Tasha, she was a true pioneer and a trailblazer for women. She could sing, she could dance, she could act. A true triple threat, if anyone ever was.
A boy like that, kill your brother.
Chita Rivera recently revisited the role that put her on the map in a televised special for great performances on PBS.
I like to be in America, okay by me in America.
She played Anita in the 1957 original Broadway production of West Side Story, a show she remembered fondly in this 1980 interview from our archives.
Another wonderful moment was when she realizes that Maria is in love with Tony, and love is the most important thing. It has nothing to do with anything else. And when she turns around on a boy like that, I can hardly talk about it. I mean, it's really a spectacular show.
But West Side Story was only the beginning of her rise to Broadway superstardom. She starred in the original productions of Bye Bye Birdie with Dick Van Dyke in 1960 and Chicago alongside Gwen Verdon in 1975. She garnered a total of 10 Tony nominations, winning twice. She beat out co-star Liza Minnelli in 1984's The Rink and took home the honor again in 1993's Kiss of the Spider-Woman.
For me, the idea of a triple threat is very rare, meaning you were equal in everything and at an incredibly high level. And she, to me, was the first and to me also the best.
SiriusXM Broadway host Seth Rudetsky and producer James Wesley Jackson worked often with Rivera and quickly became friends.
When there was a problem in the family or I was going through my own personal crises, and Chita would say, come on over to my house, and it would be like a Saturday night.
She always wanted to help the world, and that's what I love about her.
And even in her 70s, 80s, and yes, her 90s, Rivera never tired of performing. In fact, she said it's what kept her young.
Work and good company and you know, talented people keep you alive.
And Chita Rivera had just turned 91 a week ago. She passed away after a brief illness right here in New York, according to her family. But back to her legacy, she was as big as they come. Kristen Chenoweth wrote on Twitter, a kick-butt woman you were. All the rest of us just want to be you.
For sure, one of the all-time greats, no doubt about that.
She really was.
And what a life Chita Rivera lived. Not just a huge talent, but a huge game changer to so many people.
Yeah, a game changer to so many Latinos, a groundbreaker and an icon. With that part of our coverage, Joe Torres is on Broadway tonight. Joe?
Sandra and Bill, we're live outside the marquee for the longest running American musical in Broadway history. We're talking about Chicago, of course, one of the many shows in which Chita Rivera played a starring role. In fact, we've got some video of that role that she played. 1975, she originated the role of Velma Kelly in the original Broadway production of Chicago. And as you mentioned, for so many New Yorkers in their Latino community, Chita Rivera was much more than just a dancer and singer and actress. Yes, she was a pioneer, a groundbreaker who paved the way for legions of historic Hispanic performers who followed in her footsteps. With someone of that sort of legacy, you can guess the tributes they've started to pour in. We'll begin with one from Governor Kathy Hochul tonight here, and if I can find what she had to say, I'll pass it on to you. But there you see it, Governor Kathy Hochul talking about exactly the impact that Chita Rivera had on the lives of so many Latinos. Also, we heard from another Broadway star, Kristen Chenoweth. She had something to say as well for what the impact that Chita Rivera had on her, paving the way for so many. And then lastly, you might have heard of a guy named Lin-Manuel Miranda. He talked about how he's going to play West Side Story tonight and Bye Bye Birdie and other musicals in which Chita Rivera starred, saying that she was just a superstar. That's his tribute to her tonight. tonight. You know, Chita Rivera was actually born in Washington, D.C. Her dad was Puerto Rican, and it was in 2013 that the organizers of the National Puerto Rican Day Parade honored her by making her the Grand Marshal of that epic event. And Sandra and Bill, don't be surprised if in the coming days we hear from the Broadway League to find out exactly what night it'll be when they dim the lights here on Broadway for a legendary performer.
I'm just honored to be here. When I was told that I was going to receive this wonderful honor, I said, does that mean it's all over? Does that mean that I'm finished? Well, it absolutely does not. Thank you to the, yeah, I'll wait for that. Oh, I love. Thank you to the Tony Committee, the Broadway League, and the American Theater Wing for this special honor tonight. And congratulations to Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber, whom I share this with. It's absolutely wonderful. I must thank my parents, Julio and Catherine. How I wish my mother were here to see that her decision to put me in ballet class because I broke up all the furniture in the house was correct, and it led me here to this wonderful evening and this moment. So I am so grateful to all those who taught me, my first ballet teacher, Miss Doris Jones, the legendary George Balanchine, for seeing something in me, all the great choreographers I was privileged to learn from, like Jack Cole and Michael Kidd and Peter Gennaro, Bob Fosse, just a few of the small ones. Jerome Robbins, and all the great creators and directors who helped me make who I am and what I am today. A very special thank you to John Kander and Fred Ebb, without whom I would not be standing here right now. I salute everyone from the front of the house to the pit to backstage who keep us going. I especially thank my brothers Armando, Julio, these are beautiful names, Lola, which is short for Lolita, and Carmen, and my amazing, amazing daughter, Lisa, for a lifetime of love and a source of pride. My team, Armando Del Rivero, Rosie Bentink, Michael Kreuter, Meryl Frymack, and my boys, and you know who you are. Yes, they are. I am truly proud to be a part of a community which strives to be diverse, generous, and kind. I wouldn't trade my life in the theater for anything, as the theater is life. And ladies and gentlemen, well, mostly the ladies, when you get up in the morning, pick up one leg and put it down, and then pick up the other leg and put it down. And if it moves smoothly, you've got some time left. Use it. Use it. To the dancers everywhere, follow your calling, stay in your lane, and most of all, be yourself. And by the way, there's still a lot of salt left in this shaker. So, thank you very much.
And here's another video I think you'll like.